Hey guys, it's your humble host, or Kill if you prefer. So back with another video. It has to do with Reddit this time. We dealt with 4chan trying to pull up these conspiracy theories, and I think they went quiet after a while, or they stopped working on the thread. But anyway, we're gonna read the blog post. We're gonna look at the Reddit thread because I was sent it this morning, but my sleeping schedule is just crazy right now. So anyway, Reddit on the attack. The Reddit naysayers are again doing their best to slander and confuse the situation by trying to point to years-old divorce proceedings as proof of a scam. We have made a simple response and do not intend to fuel the thread further. We have done our very best to provide validity of the situation by showing actual interactions of our family with these kids, a letter from State Representative Matt Rinaldi, and the scanned copies of court documents we received from the actual courthouse with copy of the receipt showing that we paid for them. This is an attempt to divert attention away from the real issue, which is James and Jude, true enough, and prevent the support that is needed to fight for them. No matter your religious views or orientation, a child's right to determine his future hangs in the balance, and this case will set a precedent for others. Help us save James and save thousands of children. Sarah. So, like I said, I have the Save James website pulled up, or the thread rather, and I just want to reiterate some facts, go over some stuff real quick. I don't want to add to this thread too much either. It is just a cluster of stupid. Anyway, SaveJames.com and the hashtag SaveJamesMovement are a complete scam and sickening to boot. SaveJames.com and hashtag SaveJames is an emotional ploy to try to get you to donate money and interfere with what is already a largely settled child custody case. No, it's not, because Anne just gathered up more lawyers to try to seal the documents away. I wonder why. We talked about that yesterday. According to the website and the message spread by the hashtag, James is a young boy whom is due to be chemically castrated by an abusive mother, and the father, Jeff, is helpless to do anything, as the courts have all taken the mother's side. They also claim that the mother is forcing James to live as a female named Luna against his will. In the meantime, they claim she is abusing him physically and mentally. Infuriating to read, isn't it? We never claimed physical abuse. Mental abuse, yes. And chemical castration, yes, because any child put on hormone blockers pretty much becomes sterile and infertile. We have looked at articles talking about what happens to children who are not fully developed, who do feel like they are trans later on in life, but cannot transition due to these hormone blockers. I have pulled up documents talking about how even doctors who perform these surgeries will tell you you need fully developed male organs, especially male to female, which is, in this case, we've talked about the incident or case with Jazz from Dr. Phil, who was put on hormone blockers but couldn't fully transition because his biological body was not fully developed. So please look into these things. And the hormone blockers that they put children on are originally for prostate cancer, a female issue with the pelvic area, I forgot what it's called, and then for I believe teen girls who have their hormones way out of control. So we've talked about this on my stream, we've talked about this in videos, we've gone over some of the court documents. So let's continue on. Except it's a scam, and the father is actually a lying piece of garbage, abusive and crazy, but sane enough to ask you for money. He's not lying, he's been gag ordered, that's why his friends have stepped up. And he's didn't abuse any of his kids. The two girls, by the way, which we did talk about, one does not have a father, as she was given birth by a sperm donor, and the other one is technically a niece of Anne Gorgelis, who was sexually abused by her own father, which is Anne's brother. So both of them have father issues up the wazoo, and if you look at the court documents, there is dealings of the two girls not doing their chores and causing a fight, and one of them trying to stick Jeff in the eye with a pencil. So, yeah, no, the girls have issues, and that's nothing to the children. We did not bring them up. I have not shown their faces because they are still children. One of them is in college, yes, and we've talked about her Facebook, her pushing the trans stuff. So that has been discussed, but once again, we're not going to dox their faces. We're not going to do any of that. So, but anyway, the girls do have father issues. First off, the mother and the father's marriage was literally annulled because of the ex-husband's father's fraud. Bullcrap. The judge illegally annulled their marriage, which is 5 years, 2 children, all due to claims of fraud when he served in the military 34 years prior to marrying Anne. They signed a prenup. If you actually manage to look at all the court documents, a prenup is when you expose all your financial assets, and you sign this agreement that's saying that no reimbursement for anything bought will be asked for if the marriage is ever done away with. And the reason why they pushed for this annulment, because it did away with the prenup. So Jeff did lose the truck that Anne bought from, but according to the prenup, is anything that is in the spouse's name, whether it be a house, car, whatever, in the title, belongs to the spouse whose name is on the title. So that annulment did away with that. So Anne pretty much not only got the truck back that she bought for Jeff, which was a gift for Jeff, and it was rightfully Jeff's truck, because his name was the only one on the title. Which, by the way, they claim something kind of crap with that the title was fake, and instead of going to the DMV and actually checking the legitimacy of the title, the judge and her lord just like, oh, yep, it's fake. So, yeah, no, there's been a lot of garbo going on with this case. Anne got paid for the truck 3 times over. It was passed off as a business expense, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, no, there has been no fraud. Anne has been money grubbing and trying to financially cripple Jeff for quite a while so he cannot fight for James. Yeah, it's a thing that happens in custody battles. And I've clicked on those. It pulls up other threads. Court documents show that he has fraudulently stole and sold her truck for $40,000. No, he didn't sell the truck. He had to pay for the truck because the truck was given back to Anne, even though his name was on the title alone. So no, he didn't sell the truck fraudulently. He had to pay for it. And Anne got paid for that truck 3 times. Anyway, despite what the website claims, there's no credible evidence presented that any actions are being taken in court to chemically castrate this child. Are you kidding? She wants to put him on hormone blockers. She's been taking James to Rebecca Orr, a quack, mind you, who doesn't feel that anyone looking to transition needs to go through counseling. And actually, let me pull something up because I do have it pulled up. We're going to read and look at this. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so this, I know it's a bit fuzzy, but this is snapshots from a website. Letter assessments for the transgender community. Sometimes adults who identify as transgender or otherwise gender variant don't need or want therapy at all. So we've talked with someone named Trent Anime, who is a transsexual who went through a 10-year process when she transitioned, and even calls all this garbo. I have post-op, I have pre-op people calling this garbage, and this invalidates the actual journey. Now, we've said on this channel that I don't agree with the recommended outcome, but at the same time, the fact that there is a process to be had with this that needs to be gone through is important. Many people who are looking to transition have talked about that. So, but rather they are hoping for a simple letter from the therapist so begin to continue the transition with hormone surgery and or obtaining a legal name or gender marker change. If you're looking for assessment to obtain a letter but don't feel as though therapy itself would be helpful or needed for you, know that I can provide a simple assessment and won't require you to attend counseling sessions you don't feel the need for in order to do so. So pretty much that's Rebecca Orr, everybody. We've talked about her on this channel and how she's just an overall quack, because she is. Let's see, we talked about this. Instead, it does quite appear that the father in this particular case is a rabid evangelical who is flagrantly breaking court orders and a liar in multiple regards. He hasn't broken any court orders, and actually tried to get him falsely charged with domestic violence, which he was acquitted for because Jeff had a witness in the truck unknowingly to Anne, and so if you get charged with domestic violence, you instantaneously lose all right to fight for your children, custody rights. So not only has she tried to financially cripple him, she's tried to get him tossed in jail on false charges, So she has tried to find every which way to try to hurt Jeff, and now she's trying to get the court documents out of the way. That should tell you something. She's scared, and it's for a good reason. It's because the truth has come out. Many people have now seen the truth and are angry. People in the LGBT community are angry. People, both atheist, Christian, whatever, are angry. So, sorry about the noise. But yeah, no, they are angry because they do not like what they see. So let's continue. The father is so batshit crazy, that no attorney will represent him. He has an attorney and has had one for quite some time. He has an attorney, if you guys read the court documents, and is, questioned by 2 different lawyers. And he hasn't said elected to represent himself. See, this is conspiracy theory. This is tinfoiling. Aren't these people crazy? The entire case history shows he represents himself. No. I did forget the name of the lawyer. I had it pulled up. Me and Jeff have talked about the name of the lawyer. I'm not going to give the name of the lawyer away because I don't want him harassed. So we've been trying to keep certain people's names from coming out into the public. If I remember correctly, I don't know if he's been talked about yet. I don't think he has. But I don't think I've mentioned him. But anyway, he does have a lawyer. But let me see. Let's see, case of interest. Okay, so mandate issue sent to publisher. This doesn't show anything about him representing himself. 2017, 2016. Okay. Oh my god, no, he has a lawyer. He has one. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me actually pull up one of these things here, if it does pull up here. I'm gonna give this a second. Also, the court's final finding of the fact respondent will say or do anything to get his way. That's from the first evaluation, where the evaluator pretty much was dishonest, and because his evaluation wasn't thorough, it got tossed to the wind. Which, by the way, every court document that is out, you can find on the SaveJames.com website. Let me see. Jeffrey Palmer, Manuel, Rebecca Emanuel, Palmer Emanuel, appeals today. These are from 2017, Rebecca Emanuel, Palmer Emanuel. Okay, what the heck is this supposed to prove? This doesn't prove that he doesn't have a lawyer. This doesn't... Are you guys even going off of the actual court documents that... Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Jeffrey R. Sandberg. Today... Okay, yeah, no, this doesn't prove anything, guys. Oh, one more. Sandberg. What is this supposed to prove? Jeffrey... Sandberg, that's not Jeffrey even younger. Okay. Okay, that doesn't mean he does not have... Wow. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. I like how you guys aren't, like, referencing any of the actual court documents in the website. That's just so disingenuous. The document also shows regular physical and mental abuse of the other children and this marriage from the father, and clearly documents how often he lied and exactly what about. He literally lied so much that the court got tired of his garbage, and even appeals court told him to be quiet. No, they denied his appeals. And the two daughters, by the way, the oldest one is from a sperm donor. The second one is technically a niece and sexually abused by her father. So both of them have father issues up the wazoo, and there was issues about them doing chores, that they refused to do any chores, and the oldest one even tried to take a pencil to Jeffrey's eye. That's also documented if you guys bother to look. The only pro-father evidence that can be found in this case is tied blatantly to anti-gay and anti-trans movements and radical religious news websites. Wow. It also turns out that every psychologist and court counselor aide, a team that has interviewed the child, has found that James actually does prefer... No, he doesn't. Well, okay. This is blatant misreading of the facts, because we're not going to look at the videos. Let me see what time we've been going for. We're not going to look at the photos been coming out. No, this is people, because I've seen this argument on Twitter, and I've even had people argue with me in the comment section, how because the child is quote-unquote trans, that the father just needs to let it be, that a pediatrician said the child was trans, therefore the child is trans. No, that's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. This is how you destroy children. This is how you screw them up for life. I have dragged on this video well enough. Sarah, Jeff, and Gwen didn't address this. Jeff technically can't, but Sarah and Gwen did not want to. I did, because it's just like, okay, let's see how much garbo they're gonna spew, and they spilled out a lot of garbo. If you actually look at the court documents that are presented, you will find that Anne is questioned by two different lawyers. She's questioned by her lawyer and Jeff's lawyer. Jeff does have a lawyer. He's had one this entire time. But anyway, without further ado, guys, as you can see, you have people going well out of the way to try to twist the story. Again, this is an emergency. Anne is trying to steal court documents. Once again, if that does come to pass, there's going to be a Dropbox link of, like, everything. Those links that I clicked on, I will put the thread in the description so you guys can go have a look at it. Because there's just... anyway, the level of stupid is amazing. But anyway, you guys have a nice night. I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna go finish my dinner, so...